Hello there, welcome to Target Radio Podcasts. Yes, we have a podcast for your ears. Every week here on the show, on our live shows that is, we try and get an interesting persons, artists, band members, music, poets, film playwrights. We even get, we'll try and get everyone. We'll try and get everyone that's interested in our genre of music that we portray here on Target Radio. So what we do is sit them down, we have a telephone interview, sometimes a live interview, and we discuss all things in their profession. So stay tuned here. This one is an absolute blast. You're going to love this, and I'll be back at the end to obviously, tell you what's coming up in the very near future. So I am the Pod Father. I will now tell you that this is Target Radio Podcasts. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, and if you think we deserve it, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating. That would be rather nice. Thank you very much indeed. So over to me, Cookie, and obviously to Andy Top Walker as well. And sit tight, and enjoy. This is Target Radio.
Dear God in heaven, please let this show go okay, with no major boobs or goofs, or is it goofs? Please don't let me tread all over the intros of records, or say a naughty word.
Every Monday night.
Every Monday night?
Every Monday night?
Every Monday night.
And every Monday night.
I listen.
To
Sean Cook.
Oh, Sean Cook.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'd like to say that, in our opinion, it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Oh, Sean Cook.
And a very good evening. Welcome. Oh, I enjoyed my holiday break last week. Did you miss me? No? Well, how rude. Well, I missed all of you. All 3 of you. Oh, no, sorry, 4 of you now. Joking. Anyway, lovely to be back. Lovely weather. And it's set to get even warmer. What's that all about? We get some weird and wacky weather here in this great country of ours. Anyway, on tonight's show, let's get down to business now. We've got some fantastic music for you. We've got something from the Chords, the Kinks, even something from the Yardbirds this evening. But also, we've got a very special performance from a very special young lady. I'll say no more. They know who I'm talking about. Yes, you out there. We're also going to be having a chat with Mark Revell. And he's the lead singer, I think one of the, if not all of the songwriting talent for The Trend. Apparently it's a day trip out here, there and everywhere. We'll find out more about him around about 15:15 this evening. And we'll play a couple of tracks from their great brand new album from Bella Vega. I think I pronounced that right. Why can't I have just something easy like Mr. John Smith or something? That'd be great. Also, we got your birthdays this evening. If you've had your birthday either today or yesterday, I will do my best to try and do all of those as well. Not sure if my little birthday announcer's coming in this evening or not. I did ask her. She may surprise me yet. Of course, we're talking about Little Cookie, the Ruby one. Hopefully she'll be here to help me with all of the birthdays. There's an amount of them today, I can tell you. But before we start properly, we can't do the show without some Who. Who! And I've messaged everyone today if you're having your birthday. So, Stevie, are you ready? He's there. And I think we're honoured tonight because not only is Stevie Wonder here playing the Happy Birthday tune, helping me do the birthdays this evening, it's Little Cookie. Hello, Little Cookie.
Hello.
You've made it.
Yes.
Okay, so shall we crack on then, Ruby? Because we've got a lot to do this evening. And I've got a fantastic guest called Mark Revell coming on very soon as well. Right, okay, on to the rich and fabulous then. First up we've got...
Meryl Streep.
How old's Meryl?
71.
Don't tell anyone though, okay?
I just did.
Oh. And also a great pop star in my eyes. She's covered quite a lot of good tunes and had a few of her own as well. It is...
Cyndi Lauper.
Should we mention Cyndi Lauper, as in her age? What is she?
67.
No, I said shall we? I didn't say do it. Oh, she's going to kill me now. Okay, in 1984, everyone had their very clean cars because there was a brilliant film called...
Karate Kid.
Oh, fantastic. Starring Pat Mortimer, who unfortunately is no longer with us, and Ralph Macchio, who's 58 years of age now. My goodness me. Yes, wax on, wax off. Okay, let's do the recent birthdays then from yesterday. Let's start from the bottom then. Who's that?
Chris Waterman, who is 58 years old.
Yesterday he was, yes.
Yes.
And who was 67?
Roberto Gomes Carvalho.
Easy for you to say, not for me. Okay, for today then, who's 56?
Martin Pottinger.
And who is, all the fives there, 55, who is that?
Evelyn Fairbairn.
Fairbairn, I think, or Fair, yeah. Evelyn, hello, good evening. Happy birthday. Who's 52 then?
Bobby Lawrence.
And who is 60 today?
Rory Reid.
And he's doing a fundraiser for the Canines for Warriors. He's making as much money as he possibly can, and he's asking for kind donations, please. We'll do our best there, Rory. Ah, someone's getting smart, didn't put their age up. Who's that?
Gary Mulvey.
And who's 49 today then, eh?
Mike Patterson.
And who is 58 today?
George A. Lowe.
Happy birthday to you, George. And who's this?
Richard Tyler Young, who is 47.
I do the ages, thank you. It's taking over, you are. Who's next?
Oliver Berto.
Quite wisely not put his age up. 26 today. Who is that?
Ben Owen.
Happy birthday, Ben. And two more then. And who's 66 today then?
Pete Taylor.
You don't look old enough. And finally, for today then, who's having their birthday?
Ian Butt.
Happy birthday to you, Ian. Right. Now, I promised you a tune. And I'm going to play a tune for you right now. And I'd like to say thank you very much indeed to a very good friend of mine called Mr. James Walsh, who is... he's transitioning at the moment into a human... Well, from a human being, I should say, to something more, something for Christmas. Yes, he's slightly looking more like Father Christmas every single day. So, James, you're looking good, but I'm not sitting on your knee, buddy. But I tell you what, he's thrown over a brilliant tune for me that his lovely daughter Esther has recorded. It's a cover, and we don't mind covers here on the show. And it's a brilliant cover from the X-Ray Specs Classic. And this is performed by his lovely daughter Esther. Shall we have a little listen to it? And let's say to Stevie Wonder now, thank you very much indeed while we play this. This is Germ-Free Adolescence. Okay, shall we do it then? I always get nervous about this time, just in case it all goes horribly wrong. I don't know why. Because it usually works every single time. Do we have Mark on the other end of this telephone?
Hiya, Cookie, how are you?
Hello, Mark. Hang on 1 second. Do you know that people just come on for that? Do you know that, Mark? Right.
Yeah. Listen.
Yes.
Listen, call me.
Oh, what's happened to him? He's gone. Oh, for goodness sake. Hang on, we've got to retry. We've got to retry now. I do apologise. Oh, my goodness me. Okay, is that Mark?
It is.
Oh, what happened? What happened there?
I've no idea, mate. I've no idea. The joys of Facebook Messenger.
Oh, there we go. Let's give them a little bit of hype. Now, before we carry on, Mark, I've got to make sure that I've got the right Mark Revell, because it might not be, you see, so I've got to check. Now, did you once quote, "You're a day tripper here, there and everywhere"?
That is me. That is me, here, there and everywhere.
Excellent. And did you study at the City College of Manchester?
I did, yeah, for a while.
There we go. And do you live in Ashton-under-Lyne,
I do, or Ashton Underpants, as they like to call it.
There we are.
Here.
And just for that,
How are you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm good. Hang on, you need one more of these, because we got the right one. Oh my goodness me! Now this has took an abundance of time to get you on here, because obviously we've been chatting on and off on the Facebook, etc. for a while now, and obviously we've been playing some of your music and stuff, and I really, really love it, and so much so I actually went out and done some research. Now, apparently, I have. Now, for fans of the Undertones, Elvis Costello, amongst others, you fit in that slot rather nicely, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're actually we're from that era. The band first formed in 1978, couple.
Yeah, indeed. I was quite surprised when I'd done some research, and I thought, wow, you've been around all of this time. You really came in sort of at the latter part of the post-punk, I suppose, or, you know, the latter part of the punk era, and sort of post-punk really was your genre at the time.
Absolutely, yeah. We formed in 1978, and we put our own single out in 1979.
Yes.
Which Teenage Crush, which was on our own label, and that got to number 20 in the indie charts, and we did ever so well. And on the back of that, we signed a worldwide record deal with MCA Records, and went on to tour Britain and have a few singles out and do all the usual shenanigans that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So who was your sort of go-to, just before you sort of formed the group and everything? What was you listening to back at home?
What was I listening to?
Yeah, what was your sort of musical inspirations? I think that's the word.
My inspiration is very, very eclectic. You know, I mean, it's everything from ABBA to ZZ Top, basically. Full A to Z.
A to Z of music. There we go.
I love all music. You know, my favourite band are the Beatles.
Of course, yeah.
But you know, at that particular time, we were all listening to The Jam, Elvis Costello, lots of various bands, Graham Parker and the Rumour, etc. Usual stuff that people were listening to then.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, we've got here that your personal influence are very wide and varied, and you love everything from the Beatles to Bacharach and Bowie to Buzzcocks. I mean,
absolutely.
That is really sort of a spread of music, isn't it? So, who's the last sort of? Obviously, we're in lockdown at the moment. We'll go on to lockdown in a second. We'll talk about that and find out sort of like what you guys are doing. Obviously behind the scenes, because obviously you're not out sort of touring and doing stuff at the moment. But who was your last band? Or who was the last person you went to see? Someone rich, someone famous, or just someone sort of like in the back end of a boozer or something? Who was it?
Oh, you know, I actually can't remember the last. It feels like forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a sort of one of those funny questions.
I think I went to. There was a gig in Manchester. The last one I went to was about January, February, and that was at a Fab Cafe in Manchester, and there was various artists on. And I went along with a photographer friend of mine just for an afternoon out, basically.
And why not? And did you enjoy it though? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I love live music. I love listening to my live music all the time. It's it's a passion. You know, music is a passion.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we get a lot of people on here, you know, musicians, bandmates, etc., and they do it because they enjoy doing it. They don't do it for the fame. They don't do it, obviously, for the fortune, because obviously the latter's not there anymore, really, is it? The fortune.
No, there's certainly not a fortune there.
Absolutely not. So. lockdown.
The last royalty statement I had wasn't very good anyway.
Well, you get a penny here and a penny there. You know what they say, look after the pennies, and one day a pound might roll along. You never know.
Or look after the 0.001 pennies, isn't it?
Well, that's it, yeah. I mean, obviously, we're talking fractions here, which I think I skipped that class at school, so I'll just round it up as best I can anyway.
Great.
So, did you always wanted to be in music?
Yeah, I've always loved singing. I started off singing when I was a 10-year-old in the local church choir, in the parish church choir.
Okay.
And I fell in love with singing. I've always loved music from a very, very early age. My mother was a great influence on me. She's mad keen on all different kinds of music. I grew up listening to Sandy Shaw, Dusty Springfield, the Beatles, the Stones, Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick. You know, she turned me on to so much music, it was untrue. And then, of course, I got into, you know, my own particular interest at the time. I got into Bowie, Alice Cooper, and then got into punk and blah, you know, and then eventually all these influences come out in the music. So you listen to, you know, when you listen to the album. And
it's really quite a sort of unique sound that you have there, because, you know, I tried to piece it apart, you know, I think we all try and do that. Who does it sound a lot like? And there's so many sort of underneath sort of genres going on within that, just like the last track we just played there. There's so much going on there. I mean, it's very sort of, you know, you've got the sort of the rhythm of the Who, you've got that sort of liveliness off there, but then, you know, if you dig deep underneath it, like, you know, you can hear the chords from the Beatles, you know, you've got some, it's a lot going on in each of those songs that you've given to me from your new album, which again we'll talk about very soon, because we'll obviously get you a chance to plug it and everything. But you know, does each song sort of lend itself to one of your heroes, or, you know, obviously do you think about that when you're sort of composing it and writing it?
No, I mean, the thing about the trend is that we've got 5 songwriters within the band. Everybody writes. So, you know, it's quite... again, the eclecticism really works there, because everybody puts their own input into every particular song.
Sure.
You know, and we've all got, you know, I mean... Scotty, the bass player, is a mad Jam fan and mad Who fan. You know, the guitarist is much more into like Steely Dan and all various other kinds of bands like that. And so everybody puts their own little bit input in, and it all comes across, you know. And I think that's why you get such a, you know, a heady mix, if you like.
And it does come through on the music as well. It's obviously, you know, I'm not a trained musician, but I am trained when it comes to seeking out really good songs. And you know, the 4 songs that you've given me, because you asked me if I've listened to them, and of course I have. You know, I've got this great daytime job, or morning job, or night job, or whatever time I blooming start in the mornings. And you know, I'm quite fortunate to have you know, CDs. I'm quite fortunate to use MP3s and obviously Bluetooth and all of that sort of gargle of stuff. So, you know, I get to listen to a lot of great music whilst I'm travelling up and down the country, you know, delivering whatever I'm delivering, which is fresh fruit and veg at the moment. So I get to listen to this music with, obviously, I let it loose out there in radio listening land. So, you know, the music itself, I think, wow, that is really good. I'm going to rewind Arcady. You know, start that again, play that again, and, you know, you're tapping your toe, you really are getting into the music. And all your tracks do that, but all your tracks are so different as well, which it did surprise me. But obviously when you mentioned that you got 5 different songwriters there is the reason. So you don't get the sort of same 12 songs with different lyrics and a slight tune. You get 12, 13, 14, how many songs you have on an album. They're all really different, but really good.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was one of the things we discussed when we wanted to put the album together. We basically wanted to do an album, a new album, which was based around how we used to listen to records in the old days. You know, I mean, a long time ago, you know, when vinyl was around the first time round, you'd whip down to the record shop, you know, and you would listen to the album in running order. There was none of this streaming, downloading, shuffle nonsense. You know, you listen to the album in the order that the artist wanted you to listen to.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely what we wanted to do on this album. We specifically, we concentrated so much on the actual running order.
Yeah.
Of making sure that, you know, there was peaks and troughs, and, you know, I mean, the final track is 7 minutes long. It's a massive song, you know, at the end.
Yeah.
And that's because, you know, again, listening back to how you listen to albums in the old days, you know, you would love that finale almost, you know, like Stairway to Heaven on the end of Led Zeppelin 4, for an example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you had you know, you would have that fantastic finish, and you know, I remember sitting there thinking, oh my God, that was amazing, and then you'd play it again from the start. That was the whole idea of it.
Well,
and it's definitely done in an old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and I think that comes through as well. Obviously, for your music that we listen to, you can hear that in the music. It's got that good old-fashioned value, but obviously it's with a modern twist to it as well, because it sounds fresh, it sounds exciting, and it doesn't sound like something that should be sort of like from the 70s or the early part of the 80s. It belongs here, it belongs now as well. So you've really got that right, and, you know, it's really quite sort of refreshing to hear that.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice of you to say so, and it's great. I mean, we've had a great response off the album. It's been good. It's been difficult, obviously, during lockdown because, you know, I'm having to do radio interviews like this on the phone rather than turning up in a studio and chatting and doing the usual shenanigans.
It's literally so hard when we can't see one another. I was contemplating on going on some sort of video conference, Zoom or something like that. But I'll be honest with you, with a lot of technology now, it escapes me, and I'm using 3, 4, 5 computers here, for goodness sake. And even I really get sort of kerfuffled with, do I really want to see the person I'm interviewing on a screen that probably will freeze, it will go blank, and they've probably got their finger halfway up their nose or something. I don't want to see all of that, so I kept it literally old-style radio where we can actually have a chat. No one can see us. I can't even see you. You can't see me. I mean, I'm sitting here with... You don't want to really know that. So we're trying to keep it sort of like old school to that point.
It is old school, and I like that. I like that.
And you and me both. Now, The Trend, I mean, it's a great name. I mean, why didn't someone come up with that before? Because it is good. It goes with the times. It goes with it now. It goes with it in the past. And, you know, who thought of the name?
Again, it was a joint effort. I remember we were all just sat around discussing, you know, like we need a name, you know, and I can't remember who actually came up with it, you know, but it was one of those sort of, eureka moments, you know, where like, oh my God, that's so perfect, you know. And if you think back to 1978, it was absolutely, you know, like on the button.
Absolutely, yeah, and as I say, it works well today as it did yesterday and the day before because you know we always have a trend. So it works. Absolutely. You know,
absolutely.
I spoke to a gentleman a couple of years ago now called Enzo Esposito, who was the front man with Squire, and they've got a new band called The Special Guests. And I said to him once, and it was really quite a great answer, especially from himself, who can be quite candid when you speak to him, because he always thinks, what are you hiding? What are you going to do to me? He's always very conscious of me, because he don't know what I'm recording, he don't know what I'm going to put out. And as I said to him, hey Enzo, why did you call it The Special Guests? Well, it's actually the full title is The Special Guests Mod Band. And he went, because I'd like to be known as The Special Guests. Because you always have the special guests no matter where you go. Especially,
absolutely, great idea.
And I thought it was a great idea. But I said, well, wouldn't you like to headline one day? He said, so it would still be special then. He had the answer for it. So now, you have worked with the likes of The Fall, Steve Hillage, Mock Turtles, 808 State, amongst others. Who would you say your best sort of band that we would probably know out there in the big wide world that's well known that you've supported or worked with? Who were the best? Possibly, who was the worst?
Oh, don't set me off on the worst. We'll be here for about an hour.
Oh, well, let's go. Well, we haven't got an hour, so we'll go with the best one then. Who do you think was the best ones to work with?
Well, you know, I mean, working with, I mean, it's a different thing, isn't it? You know, I mean, when you do a support slot, you know, it's very rare that you actually see the headlining person, if you like.
Absolutely.
We did a tour with Wishbone Ash, who were a huge band in the late 70s, early 80s, you know, and they were lovely people. They were great. And that was a fantastic learning curve for all of us, actually, because, you know, we were sort of 20-year-old, and it was our first major tour, and we were playing 2,500 capacity auditoriums, you know, theatres and stuff, and it was a massive learning curve, and they were incredibly friendly, and they were lovely people.
Excellent. That's the right answer as well.
Now, I try to give the right answers every time.
I think we have to these days, because if we say something, you know, untoward, you know, you never know. There might be an email in your box before the end of the interview saying, "What did you say? We're suing your backside off." Right, now introduce us to the band then. So obviously your good self there, your lead vocals, and you play guitar as well, do you?
I do, yeah, but not with the band. I play guitar myself, obviously. Yeah,
Okay.
But no, I'm the front man. We have on rhythm guitar we have Charlie Vincent. On lead guitar we have Jake HIGGS. On bass guitar we have Steve Scott, and on drums we have John Woodruff, who is also the band's producer.
He is indeed, and he's the one that throws everything together and sends it out to people like myself, because apparently, according to yourself, you haven't got a clue.
No, absolutely. You know, like,
me
and
both.
he does. He makes it
Absolutely.
all. He makes it all work.
He makes it all work in this digital world. There you go. There's a great...
Absolutely.
There you go. New song. I need that before the end of the year. To make it good in this digital world. There we go. There's the start of your new song.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, now, have you ever split up since you formed?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, we only reformed in 2016.
Okay.
So we split up in 1981.
Right. Okay. What
So
happened?
It was just one of those things, you know.
Yeah.
Bands evolve, you know, as they do, and that people move on. And I went off and did various other bands and toured around with a couple of other bands and did lots of other things. And then in 2016, we were contacted by a promoter who was a fan of ours.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day, and he just said, I wondered whether you fancied putting your band together for a one-off gig alongside the Suffragettes. Remember the Suffragettes?
Yes, I do.
Right, yeah, with Mike Sweeney, a radio presenter like yourself. And,
Good old Mike.
We used to do plenty of gigs together, and his two favourite bands were the Suffragettes and the Trent. And he said, my dream is to put you back together again on stage.
Wow.
So I phoned the lads up, and I've not spoken to half of them for 30 years.
Yeah,
and of course, we had a bit of a laugh about it, and then went for a pint, and then had a chat about it, and then said, well, should we go and play together? And we played together. It was absolutely, so we've not stopped rehearsing from day one. It was unreal.
That is really quite unique, isn't it? Because obviously you all got on still, and
the electricity was perfect. The gelling was absolutely perfect. We slotted straight back into what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we were really enjoying it. So what we did is we put a retrospective album out, if you like, of remixes of all our stuff that we did back in the day.
Okay.
And that album's called Wood 6 Lane, which is available obviously online on all the usual digital platforms.
There we go. We'll get all those feeds on the website a bit later.
Yeah, just get a quick plug in there.
Why not? Yeah, that's what you're here for. That's what you're here for.
And then we went up and we did the gig with Sweeney, the Suffragettes, and had a good time. We decided, well, actually, this is great. Shall we write some new tunes? And we started writing some new tunes. We put an EP out in 2018.
Yeah.
That one's called And 1 and 1 Makes 3, and that's available as well. And then since then we've been working on the album, which is just come out.
That is brilliant. Which obviously I'm going to be playing a couple of tracks from that before we go home this evening at 8. Okay. Now I want to ask you something that's totally relevant and irrelevant. Can you tell me the story about Real Scrumpy and? You know where I'm going to go with this. Something about is it a fake leg or something? An artificial leg? What the
How did you know this?
I did my research. Come on.
Oh wow, yeah. Right, okay, well, it's actually quite a funny story because we were. It was the final night of the Wishbone Ash tour. Actually, we were in Taunton Odeon, beautiful old theatre.
Yeah.
Really nice. And we were in the dressing room. We played really well that night, and there was a queue of all scrap hunters, and they were being very nice and queuing normally. The security were there and everything, and they were letting people in, a few people at a time.
That's nice, yeah, that's good.
And this one guy came in, and he popped in, right, and in one hand he had his artificial leg, and in the other hand he had a gallon of scrumpy. And he said, I thought you were fantastic, and I thought, Ralph.
So
he gave me his leg to sign.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I signed his artificial leg all the better off, and he gave me the gallon of scrumpy. Which we demolished and got merrily drunk.
I bet you did as well, because basically scrumpy can be quite potent as well.
It was absolutely. It was really the proper gear.
Absolutely. Did it have all the little sediment bits in it and all of that? Oh,
it was. It was basically in one of those plastic containers,
Yeah.
Very, very cloudy.
Oh.
And potent like you wouldn't Billy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was in 1980.
Wow. And you still remember filtering it through your teeth. I bet you still got some in your teeth. Oh, no, that's terrible. I've tried it once, and I'll be honest with you, I had 2 sort of small glasses of it. I said goodbye to my friend who was brewing it at the time, and he made a sort of a batch up. And I said, right, I'm off now. And he goes, well, be careful. And I said, I've only had 2 like little glasses. It's potent. I said, yeah, whatever. I lost my legs. I literally lost my legs. I collapsed on the floor before I even got to his front door. It was that strong.
Good alcohol does that to you. That's what Billy Tom said about it. He said he was drinking a drink called Zombie, and he was saying to his mate, "Oh, I feel good. What's the matter with you? I feel fantastic." And then the next minute he said, Absolutely. That is brilliant. Right, okay, obviously that's a little bit from the past. I thought I would just bring that in there because it does make good listening, and I love that. That's brilliant. No, I see. I do a bit of research. The internet is a wonderful thing now. You put in details, and then you do a bit of searching, and you put up things, and I like to explain things as well. What I do, but I think a good choice of an interview is just putting in some pure facts and then finding some funny stories surrounding it as well. Now, Bella Vega, have I pronounced that correctly? Yeah. You have, yeah. Okay, now, obviously, I've read a little bit about it, but I didn't really quite understand it. So, Bella Vega, where did the name come from? And obviously, it's the name of the new album as well. Right, okay, well, basically, when we signed our worldwide record deal with MCA Records, whenever it was 79, 80, all of a sudden, we had a load of money, which was amazing. And we'd been sort of travelling around in the back of transit vans and all. Yes. So, but what we decided was, hey, we've got some money, why don't we buy ourselves a bus? So the name of the bus, it was a Leyland Bella Vega. That's the generic term for that particular. Right, okay. And so, and if you Google Bella Vega, not only will you get the Trend album, available on all digital platforms, by the way. There it is. Not only will you get that, but you'll get some pictures of an old coach. They were sort of the kind of coaches that you would see on a Carry-On film, if you like. Matron. We basically picked up this. It was a 50-seater bus. Yeah. We picked it up for, I think we paid £500 for it, which at the time was a vast amount of money to us. Absolutely. But we ripped it all out, we put bunks on it, and we basically lived on it for about a year and a half. Oh, my goodness me. That is real rock and roll, come on. Yeah, well, it was well before all the new age hippie stuff. We were doing all that. I remember, doing various gigs, and people would come and just say, "Oh, wow, this is fantastic!" And we just lived on the bus. It was great. That's saved us a fortune in hotels. Well, absolutely. And obviously, you're not going to destroy your own hotel on wheels, really, are you? You're not going to trash that. No, you're not going to be throwing kitchen sinks out of toilet windows and stuff like that. You're not going to be doing that. Absolutely. Well, we didn't have any cellars to chuck out, so that was one thing, Oh my goodness! And you had no Rolls Royces going into. When we came to put in the album together, we were trying to work out. Obviously, what should we call it? What should we do? This, that, And somebody said, what about the name of the bus? And Bella Vega, translated from Italian, means beautiful star. Well, there you are. I thought, well, that's really nice, actually. So when we looked it all up, it was great. So we got on the front of the album sleeve, there's a picture of a cosmic picture, the satellite, the universe, etc. And on the front is a coach grill with Bella Vega in silver across it, which is exactly what we had on the front of the coach. That's fantastic. And if you go on to Mark Revell, and that's Revell, that's Mark Revell. Look up on you on the Facebook, and you'll see that actual picture there, and it looks so cool. It is brilliant. It does really look so cool. And obviously, there's a picture of you in the little circly thing there as well. I'm not sure if you're praying or just about to go and grab a pint. I'm not sure which one it is, but there we go. It'll be one or the other. It'll be one or the other, or praying for a pint. You never know. Absolutely. We'll keep it there. Right, now, how do we find... Obviously, I've just mentioned Facebook there. So you're all over Facebook, which is great. The band has a page, I take it, on the web. How do we find you there, please? Yeah, well, we have a Facebook page. We put in, the trend, but at Trend Music, it always comes up. That's the one. put @Trend Music and it comes straight up, and you'll see the Facebook page, and you'll see the various things we've done. We've just done a video for one of the songs, so that's gone down very well with people. And the album is available on, your usual Spotify, iTunes, all the usual platforms.
Perfect, lovely. And what I would say is, for what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite lots of friends to obviously to like your page as well, which obviously I'm on there now. The Trend. No, that's fine, lovely. There's some brilliant stuff on there, ladies and gentlemen. Some really good sort of a classic black and white pictures on there as well. Is this from the early days when you first started?
Yeah, well, when we put the Facebook page together, it was great because a lot of people were, like saying, "Oh, well, I used to come seeing you," and then sent us a load of pictures. You know, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!"
Look at those.
The various gigs that we've done over the years, and it's been really interesting this last couple of years.
Absolutely. No, it is good fun, and it's nice that you've rekindled. It's nice that you're back together, and it's like you've not been apart, but even though you have, you've gelled so quickly back together. That is the makings, or was the makings of a great band that really just took a break. It's just a very long one, obviously, but you just got back in the groove literally within a first, getting back together in a few minutes. It sounds like.
Well, that's exactly what happened. I mean, but we'd all went off and we'd all played in various bands. I mean,
of course,
and had records out and done things, so we'd all carried on, obviously, in the music business. But it was literally a case of we decided to have booked a rehearsal room together and then just said, well, should we start with this song? And we just started doing it, and everyone went, "Wow, that was great!"
Look at that, there it is.
And we carried on, and obviously, now having a batch of new material, it's great because we can then mix that in with a lot of the older stuff that we used to do many years ago.
That's it. We'll use the word classic. I think sounds even better. Now,
thank you.
That's
I
okay.
do like classic.
Yeah, we've got to be classic about it. Now, one question I'd like to ask you, and I think it came in from, I'm not sure who it came in from. They want to know, do you still have the van?
No, I wish I had.
What? And obviously, I'm going to follow that up with, did it break down eventually, or what happened? Did you sell it, or what?
Do you know? I can't remember.
Oh.
It's a long time. It's a long time ago.
Absolutely.
But, no idea. Because, it was fantastic, and if that bus could tell some stories, it would tell some very good stories. And we'll leave it at that one.
Yes, we won't broadcast those sorts of stories, but maybe a great idea for a book at a later stage, because everyone seems to be doing books these days as well, which is fantastic. Now, you got a choice of 3 songs left, because we've done Good Friend, so you got Tune Me In, Innocent Dreamer, or September Days with a Z. So it's entirely up to you. We can play one of those for you before we go home this evening, because we've got about 7 or 8 minutes left of the show. So it's up to you. Which one would you like me to play for you? Because you are going to introduce it for me, please.
Right, yeah, well, it'd be nice if you played September Days. We're just about to do a video for it, we're going to start it this week.
Fantastic.
Basically, and during the lockdown, we've all been videoing ourselves doing various things, and I've been putting the videos together. And if you go on our Facebook page, you'll see the one that we've done previously, which is the big 7-minute epic. And we're going to start doing one for September Days, which we think is a beautiful song. It's,
fantastic, and it is a lovely song as well. All 3 minutes and 21 seconds of it. And just going back to the other one that you made, during lockdown. It's amazing what we actually do during lockdown. I mean, obviously for me, it's not changed that much because obviously I'm out and still as a what they call a key worker. Yeah, I'm out there sort of delivering food and stuff. But I've noticed an abundance of superstars out there on Facebook that are performing just to keep themselves refreshed and stuff. But videos and things like that now, it's fantastic what people are doing. So have you learnt a new skill since you've been sort of, shall we say, housebound, homebound, or under lock and key?
Yeah, well, I had to learn the software and work out how to edit videos. I'd never done it before, So, and the reason I decided on the 7-minute one, I thought, it'll keep me occupied, not when I'm filming on myself. I basically did the whole thing on my phone, on my Samsung.
Little plug there.
And I got the lads to video themselves and send videos to me, and then I also ripped a load of things off YouTube and stuff like that, you know, from some basically news footages and put that all in, and I think it's come out really well.
It has actually. I've watched it and listened to it a few times now, and it's really quite clever actually what you've done there. Just to unpack that a little bit, I'd just like to say to YouTube that he didn't mean what he said, that he only borrowed them and he will bring them back. And Samson, obviously that is one breed of a phone. There are plenty of others out there available. Right, okay, there you go. That's the broadcasting.
You cover yourself, Cookie. I'm not bothered.
I know. Right, my friend. I would like you now to take one deep breath in. And have you ever done any DJing before?
I have done, in the past.
All right, smarty pants.
A couple of times over the years.
Thanks, Mark. Lovely. What I would like you to do, okay, and I'd just like to say at this point, thank you very much indeed, my friend, because you have been a superstar this evening. It's been brilliant. I just wish you had more time to talk to you.
It's been a pleasure. And can I just say thanks for your support. It's great that like the people on the Wookie back on Target Radio are playing us. Wayne from the Ice Cream Man Power Pop, he's playing us, and they're all on your little platform.
They're all there. Yeah, they're all there.
And and it's great. And we're getting loads of plays off all of you. It's really nice, and just big thank you to all of you.
Oh, you're very welcome, and you deserve one more of these. So, in your best DJ voice, September Days coming up right now. Over to you, please, Mark Revell, or Rev, as he likes to be called, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's yours.
Okay, you're listening to the sensational sounds of the trend with September Days.
Oh, that is brilliant. Thanks ever so much, my friend. I'll speak to you soon. Stay safe out there, and keep washing those hands. Take care, Mark. Cheers, buddy. Bye. Again. There he is. And here's his great song now. It's September Days with a Z. It's the trend. I've got to speak over this part. In case you've got your cassette recorder recording it, go and get it. Go on. You know you wanna. Right, that is it for this evening. I'd like to say thank you very much indeed to Mark Revell for over half an hour of a brilliant chat. I wonder if he's still got that prosthetic leg, that gentleman. I wonder if he still uses it. Anyway, on tonight, here on Target Radio, we've got the Ice Cream Man, as before mentioned. He's on at 8. Then the lovely, the beautiful Angie Dorin. She's here at 9 with 2 great hours of the Cat Beast Party. I'm back tomorrow from 7. Till then, stay safe, wash those hands, and try to avoid people. Not that they've done anything wrong, you just never know. See you tomorrow at 7. Take care for now. Ta-da. And we're back, yes. And what did you think of that for an interview? Wasn't it great? We found out so much. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining us for the Target Radio podcast. I am your pod father. That is me, Cookie. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes if you can, please. If you think we deserve it, 5 stars, please. It does help with the future of Target Radio. Don't forget you can join me every single Monday from 7 through till 8, and then I'm back again on Tuesday 7 through till 9, and then Fridays as well, live here in the studios between 7 and 8. Check out all of our great shows here on Target Radio, and as I say, please, please, please support local artists and the Unsigned Band. Until next time, thank you very much indeed. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.